welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Faith, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite affordable highlighters. These are powder highlighters and liquid highlighters. And most of these you could pick up at Ulta or the drugstore, but there's a couple that you would need to either get online or at like a special store like Sally's or something like that. But a lot of these you can pick up at Ulta. I did want to mention that. I couldn't call this a drugstore highlighter video because, like I said, some of these you can't get at the drugstore or Ulta, but the majority of them you can. I did a similar video recently on like my favorite liquid lipsticks from the drugstore as well as my favorite affordable eyeshadow palettes. So I wanted to kind of continue that series and do my favorite highlighters. So yeah, that is basically it. That is what this video is going to entail. So let's get right on into it. So the first highlighters I want to mention are ones that you probably already know of, but if you haven't picked these up yet, you definitely should. These are the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powders, and I have the Precious Petals one and Golden Flower Crown. Precious Petals is the first one I got. It's more of a pinky peach, and then Golden Flower Crown is definitely more gold. So it kind of just depends on what you're looking for. My favorite at the moment is Golden Flower Crown. It's just perfect for summer. It was one of their newer shades, I believe. Not new as in like the last few months new, but it wasn't a part of their first release, I don't believe. And the reason I've included these in my affordable highlighters video is because the formulation is so nice. It's not chunky. They're super luminous and glowy without being glittery, and there is a lot of pigmentation. And again, if you have not picked one of those up yet, you definitely should. So next is a newer highlight to me. This is from Model's Own, and this is their Sculpt and Glow Highlighter Powder in the shade Golden Sand, which is number 1. I absolutely love it. The texture of it is so soft. Like, it literally feels like velvet. And I like the color of it. It's kind of like a pinky peach. And you can get Model's Own at Ulta. If you did not know that already, you can get it online or in stores. At least my store now has Model's Own. It didn't like a couple years ago maybe, but now it does. So I really love this and wanted to include it. This highlight I have talked about a lot on my channel. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is a perfect highlight for like a bridal look or an all over nice light glow. It has absolutely no glitter in it. It's definitely more of like a sheen, lit from within type of highlighter. You can build it up and just put it on the high points, or you could take a big fluffy brush and just lightly dust this all over the face. This kind of reminds me of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders because, again, it's like very natural looking, but it definitely does have a glow and just a really nice drugstore highlight. This is the shade Be My Highlight. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think this is the only shade that Essence has in their Pure Nude highlighters. I could be wrong, but this is the only one I've seen. And again, you can get this at Ulta. Okay, the next highlighter I have to share with you is not one that you can actually get in stores, but it's so affordable. It's literally $1, so I had to include it. This is the AOA Studio Wonder Baked Highlighter, and this is in the shade Snap. You can get this online at Shop Miss A. I will link it down below. I discovered this highlighter in my Shop Miss A full makeup tutorial, and I was super impressed. So this is a baked highlighter. It feels like any other baked highlighter I've ever tried, and it's very intense. It's a nice goldy color. I don't know if it'll show up as much as it does in person on camera, but for $1, it's really nice. And they have a ton of other shades, so if you don't like this one, if you like more golden or lighter or pink highlights, they have a ton of shades on their website, all for $1. So I had to mention this baby right here. Okay, next highlighter I have is actually the highlight that I'm wearing today. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome Molten Gold Highlight. And I don't know if you can kind of see it. on my shoulders here and cheekbones. I love this highlighter. Of all of the powder highlighters that I've talked about, this is probably my favorite, especially for the summertime because it is quite golden. If you're more fair, this might be a little bit deep on you. I can only wear this when I've done a self tanner. And the texture of this as well is just like the Model's Own one. It's super, super velvety. It's just so nice. And you can see the intensity there. It's just absolutely gorgeous. The best way to show you is just from the glow on me. It's hard to show highlighters in swatches. I'm not really sure, but they just don't seem to show up as well as I would like. It's probably just because I have so many lights like on me right now. It's all just reflecting away. I have no idea. But I really like this. They also have another shade that's like a rose gold, so if you like more of a pinky highlighter, they have that as well. Definitely my favorite drugstore highlighter and my favorite affordable highlighter at the moment. Okay, now getting into liquid and cream highlighters. First up, I have these from e.l.f. This is their all over color stick, and this is in the shade Spotlight. This is more of like a cream type highlight, and it's super, super nice because the texture is almost like a moisturizer. It's not sticky at all. It's super nice, and this is really good for those of you that are fair, this Spotlight shade, because extremely light. So this you can just kind of apply directly onto the face, or you can use it with your finger and apply it on the high points, and it's really, really gorgeous and also super affordable. Next highlight I want to mention is from Makeup Revolution, and this is their liquid highlighter in the shade Champagne. This is like one of those dropper bottles that you see on Instagram everywhere, but those can be really expensive, so this is a great affordable option, and you will see in the close-up just how intensely metallic this is. And again, this is the shade Champagne, if I haven't mentioned that already. They have a bunch of other shades. I think there's at least 6 or 7 other shades. There's a really, really nice deep bronze one for those of you that have deeper skin tones, and there's also some lighter ones. So there's definitely one for everybody, and this you can just mix right into your foundation to make it more luminous, or you can use this very precisely with your finger or a sponge on the high points of your face. The last highlighter I have for you is from Palladio Beauty, and this is the I'm Glowing Creamy Stick Luminizer. This one is probably my favorite of all the cream and liquids that I've shown you, just because of the texture. It's literally so creamy, so nice and comfortable, and it's a really beautiful glow that's not too intense, but definitely shows up once you build it up on the cheekbones. I normally just go right in with the stick and apply it to the high points of the face and then pat it out. This you can get at Palladio's website as well as in Sally Beauty. I don't know if you guys have Sally's Beauty where you are, but around me there's a bunch of Sally's Beauty and they carry Palladio products. So I wanted to mention this one as well because I think it's one that's not as well known but is really, really nice. So those are all of the highlighters that I wanted to share with you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments which highlighters you liked the most and if there's any that you're going to be picking up. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!